Hello Internet, welcome back to our fire series. In the last episode, we did some scouting in our vehicle and we did spot a lab. So what we're going to do is head back to base. We're going to make ourselves a pickaxe and or jackhammer. And yeah, we're going to pick up supplies. We don't have enough with our vehicle to sustain us for long periods of time. We have enough water for a little while. We have 1.8 liters of water. I'd like to fill that tank with water. I'd like to put a little more gas in it while we're back at town. Pick up a weapon, or an item rather, to get into the lab, such as the pickaxe or jackhammer, as well as grab some books and some things that we're going to need along the way. Maybe some non-perishable food just for emergencies. We have a freezer full of meat at this point, so we have quite a lot of food. It's just a matter of making sure we are sustainable for the long period of time that we're here. It will take us several days to clear the lab. So how do we turn on things now? Control vehicle, headlights. Just going to head back to base and gather supplies for the next day or two, and then we'll head out for, yeah, we just carved a path right through the middle here. It is pretty far away, unfortunately. I'm getting a lot of encoding overloaded messages in OBS, which is weird because nothing on my computer is using my resources. So I'm not sure why that's happening. So there may be a little bit of lag in the when we're traveling like this. Maybe a little bit of stuttering. It's hard to tell with Cataclysm because so often the frames, each frame is a clean break. There's no animations or anything. So it's usually hard to tell. We hit, we smash. A Labrador mutt struggles. Did we hit a dog? Oh my god. I mean, we just murdered a bunch of dogs in the last episode, so it's not like, super relevant. But yeah, we also spotted a prison. There's nothing of relevance in a prison that we want. Some more dogs. It's dark. We really don't want to have to butcher them in the headlights and use up our battery charge for that. I mean, it's super not a big deal, but yeah. I'm trying to say, I almost said super not relevant, but there are a couple things I say over and over and over when I play games. Number one is unfortunate. You probably noticed me saying, oh, that's unfortunate, because I say that every 10 seconds or so, which is unfortunate, because I think people get sick of hearing the same thing over and over. I also say constantly, which is something I never notice when I'm actually talking, but then when I go to edit, I realize that anytime I'm silent for 5 seconds, I say to fill the silence because I feel like there needs to be something. I hate having silent content, so I do say and a lot. We did see a zombie necromancer around here. It'd be great to kill him. We don't seem to see him anymore. I think he was further down. But we don't need to kill him because we don't really need to be here. If we were going to loot this area, we would spend a lot of time clearing them out, but it's just houses. I don't think it's worth it. Just like when we came over to this fire station and we saw all the zombies in the park, it's just not worth the time to clear them all out when we're not going to get much value out of it, and it's a lot of zombies to clear out. So don't really want to do that. I think this is where our base is, more or less. No, maybe not. No, here's the cabin. It's a little bit further. Almost back at base. There's a bobcat running from us. You better run. Bobcat Goldthwait. Remember Bobcat Goldthwait? No, you're too young? Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. He used to be, when I was a kid, they would play commercials of him for I guess his comedy albums or something. Comedy something. Turn off headlights. Stop driving. Stop driving. Zoom. Pop out. We are at a complete stop. Yeah, we're going to tend to some of our needs here and gather materials for hitting the road. We're going to come back. We planted a lot of crops here. We are going to maintain this base and build ourselves a new one, but we want to hit a lab early before the zombies get really scary in the lab, and we want to gather some of those endgame materials like mutagen and CBMs while we have the opportunity and there's relatively low resistance. So that's why we're doing this now. I was going to start building a cabin, but I think we're going to hold off on that until we have some more materials. Just that end game stuff is so good, and it's good to get it early before everything starts evolving. Now, we are seeing monster evolutions, So there very well could be a ton of tanks and all kinds of scary stuff in the lab, but we're going to go there anyway. We have read everything I actually care about. Raising Fab to 10 is not, we don't need it. We can continue reading archery books to give ourselves something to do. Not terribly exciting, of course. We've already talked about everything I wanted to talk about, really. I mean, I didn't have much to talk about. I played Stone Shard. I think I talked about that. That's a roguelike that is coming out on February 6th into early access. Looks pretty good. I like a lot about it. I hate some things about it. Like their save functionality is messed up and it screwed up my series. But yeah, because I was going to play it a bunch. And then it turns out it auto-saves at certain its checkpoints. It's not like you can't manually save. You can't save and quit. It just, if you haven't hit a checkpoint, it resets your progress. It's super irritating. Don't understand why they would choose to do that in a roguelike where you really need the ability to save and quit like every other roguelike in the history of the universe. But whatever, it's not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. It annoyed me immensely, and it means that I only recorded 3 episodes in that series because it didn't save my progress, and I don't really want to keep going back and resetting every time I want to record an episode, because twice I had to step away. Like the first time it crashed and I lost progress, and then the second time I had to step away for a little while, so I exited the menu and it didn't save my progress. It's like, I don't want to spend 40 minutes getting back where I was. It's just annoying, and then you lose all your skills and everything, your inventory. But it looks like a cool game, and I'm excited. It comes out in February. It'll be nice to play something that, like, as soon as it comes out for once. Chicken Cage. Oh. You can use it on hold any tiny animal. Use it on a suitable creature to capture. Yeah, I don't want chickens. We discovered that they don't really harvest for meat. Mostly I would raise them for meat. I don't think eggs are super valuable. I know that they probably produce a lot of eggs, but it's not an animal I'm interested in keeping. I do prefer, so like most video games, I prefer raising animals for meat, and most of the time video games don't let you do that because they prefer to go the non-violent route. Sea chicken is what I'm looking for. Like Stardew Valley, you can't harvest your animals for meat. You can only raise them for animal products. Even the rabbits that you raise in that game can only be given, they give you fur. They don't give you meat. You don't cull them. And I understand why they do that, but at the same time, I don't like it. I would rather cull the animals. Make a curry with meat. Use dry rice, I guess. Use canned tomato. Wait, we had loose tomatoes. It says right here. Oh, no, it doesn't. We must have eaten all our tomatoes. Well, now we've opened a can of tomatoes. That's unfortunate. Use curry powder. There I said unfortunate again. Curry with meat hot. Oh, it's a liquid. Eat it. You eat your curry with meat. Okay. We're very thirsty. I imagine curry probably makes you thirsty. So do we have an open can of tomatoes now? Pop over here. Canned meat. Oh no, that's gonna go bad. Eat some of this, and we'll put the rest in our freezer. Give me this jar of canned meat. That's a real bummer. I didn't realize we were opening a can of meat because did I select meat by mistake? I meant to use chicken. That's why we searched for chicken. That's deeply a bummer. Go ahead and throw that whole thing in the freezer there, just to preserve that meat a little longer, because it will go bad in like a day. So that's not great. Anything else? We opened, I thought, canned tomato by accident. I don't know now. That worries me though. Go ahead and give me clean water. Great. Go ahead and close this and we'll go to bed. Unfortunately, it's daylight, so when we wake up, it's going to be nighttime again because I was reading and not paying attention to the time. So that's a bummer. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Well, when I was like a teenager, there was this browser game where it was like a top-down isometric view of a farm. And like you would clear space and build buildings, and then you would harvest animals and sell them and sell their animal products. And it was one of those that like limited. You had so much energy per day, and you could only do so much per day unless you paid for a higher tier account or whatever. But I actually really enjoyed it. I really like farming games a lot, and I liked them even more when I was a teenager. This was before Stardew Valley existed. I played all of the Harvest Moon games a lot, particularly the Game Boy games, kind of a lot when I was a teenager. Big fan of those. Really love farming and raising animals. Even Farming Simulator is not bad, but that focuses on driving the vehicles, which is a little less interesting to me. I prefer the more like hands-on approach of Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. Is our cake bad yet? No? Eat some cake, bro. We can't work outside right now, so let's go ahead and grab... Well, do we want to start a fire out there? We could start a fire out there, boil a bunch of water, put in our vehicle. Could do that. Alternatively, we could just do that in here in jugs and then dump it in our vehicle. Go ahead and drop wood. We have a lot of... No, not the water survival thing. We have a lot of jugs, so that's not a super big deal. So let's go ahead and make water. Clean water, 15. And yeah, I really like that because I would raise rabbits. They bred very quickly, just like rabbits in real life. And yeah, I would sell them. You would harvest them and sell them for meat. And you would, of course, keep certain females and males to try and breed them further to continue... clean water times 7 to continue, you know, keeping your stock up. But I really enjoyed that, and it was like a really like simple kind of tedious game, but I really enjoyed it. And most games don't let you harvest animals for meat, unfortunately, because they go the PC route where it's like a cutesy animal and they don't really want to do that. So let's unload water, fill vehicle, unload water, fill vehicle, unload water, fill vehicle. So how much water do we have? 13 liters. Pretty good. We'll do another batch though, just so I never have to think about it again and not really worry about it. We'll do another batch. So water times 15. And yeah, I just don't get why the chickens in this game don't give more meat. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about, unfortunately. I played Stone Shard. Yeah, oh, so it'll be nice to play a game the day it comes out, basically, right? It's coming out in early access, so it's not like a full release, but being able to play it on day one is cool, and I'm excited to do that. The only other game I've been able to do that with was The Legend of Bumbo, and it turns out that game's not very good, so it was kind of a downer. I think I only did like 5 episodes of it. Because it took like an hour to record each episode. The gameplay wasn't that engaging. Some of the characters were OP. Some of the bosses were a little frustratingly nonsense, like OP. And people didn't watch it. So I was like, all right, well, that's a bummer. Because I bought the game on day one and thought it would be something I could put on the channel and drum up some support for the channel. And then it turned out like, no, it's actually kind of garbage. So that's not great. So it'll be nice to play something that comes out right away that I've played a little bit already, so I kind of know that it's pretty good. There are issues with it, but I actually think it's going to be a nice little roguelike. And it's like a proper roguelike. It's not a roguelite. It actually is, you know, similar to... it's. I think in the description they describe it as Diablo meets a roguelike, and it kind of felt like that. I can't really think of a good comparison to make, but it's definitely like a top-down, you know, not top-down, but like kind of like Cataclysm is, roguelike. You know, you move around and you have a health and hunger and all that stuff, and you're in a dungeon and there were vampires. It's actually pretty cool. By the time you see this, it should already be going up on the channel, so you should be able to take a look for that. Why did I come out here? We can fill a little bit more, but I'm not going to fill all of it. We want to keep some at our base. Fill vehicle. I think that's plenty of water for the time being. And of course the lab will have toilets, so we can secure more water if necessary. Go ahead and drop the jug as well as the water. Let's clear our inventory a little bit. We want to take the PBA mask with us. PBS, I said. Definitely take the Warhammer with us. That needs to be favorited. so we don't lose that. Let's reload what we've got going on. Reload this with the Remington. Is that fully reloaded? It is. Do we have any other 223 ammunition? We're going to pick a lot up at the lab, but we can't guarantee that right away, so we want to take... We actually really don't have any. Instead, we'll take shot. And the reason we're going to take shot... Give me 30 shot. The reason we're going to take that is because there are turrets in the lab, and turrets now blind fire back at you. So if you're in the dark and you can't see them and they can't see you and you shoot them, they will return fire. So we need something that can pretty much guarantee we one-shot kill it, which is probably going to be the shotgun, because I don't think the 223 is going to kill it in one hit. So we kind of want like a powerful shotgun. Remington deals 51 damage. I would have liked a little bit more than that to feel comfortable, because we run the risk of taking a bullet right away. I guess that's it, huh? What's a 44 do? 42? Yeah, give me the shotgun. So we're going to take that with us. Go ahead and reload that as well. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Life doesn't matter. Everything's pointless. Life is meaningless. Go ahead and eat some cake. Why not? Probably not good for us, but who cares? Go ahead and eat a multivitamin since I'm thinking about it. And so we need a shotgun. We got shotgun rounds. Probably should take some books we haven't read just so we have something to read if we need to pass time, because we will inevitably need to pass time. So just grab some of this garbage we don't really care about that we've never read. Take all that. We need some more non-perishable food for emergencies. Give me... What do I want? Well, we want high calories, so meat products. Go ahead and take the sardines. It's not like we're going to use them for anything else. How does this can have one of two, but it's not open? Interesting. Go ahead. I hate that French fries don't go bad. Give me a couple MREs. No, not cheese tortellini. We can't eat cheese. Macaroni marinara. Sure, we'll take all this. I said marinara as opposed to marinara. And give me some... We have a lot of meat already. I think we'll be fine for calories. I just wanted to take a little more for in case of a pinch. So go ahead and dump some of this in here. We'll just dump it in the freezer. Doesn't really matter. Great. Eat some strawberries. Why not? Get them out of our inventory. And then tomorrow we're going to need to manufacture a pickaxe. Let's check. Can we should have dropped those books as well, because they're going to take up inventory space. For the time being, they can drop right here. And then we will... I mean, honestly, we should transport all of our books into the vehicle, because if we need to craft while we're there, we're going to hate ourselves if we forget a book to bring. What would we need to craft when we're there? Well, we don't know, really, until we would get there and need something. Okay. Well, let's look. Can we make a jackhammer? That's not how you spell jack. Jackhammer. Requires an engine. Yeah, I'm not going to make that. Give me the pickaxe. We saw a jackhammer in, I think, the episode that got erased. We could go down here. I think it was this hardware store had a jackhammer. Let's go on a night trip, everybody. Let's go have a nice little walk. And let's drop some of this other stuff we don't really want to carry with us, like the shotgun. Drop the Remington, drop the ammo. We don't need any of this. Don't need the firefighter mask. We're just going to drop everything on this pile for the time being. Yeah, let's head down to the hardware store, see if we can drum up a jackhammer. Although, I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. I don't know if we have enough time and if I'll forget, and etc. Already forgotten all these tiles, unfortunately. Let's head straight south, more or less. Yeah, we'll do just fine. So yeah, I'm excited to play something on day one. I already know it's mostly going to be good, a good experience. It's been a while since I found a roguelike that I really enjoy. I played Tome on the series channel for a while, but like, that game was extremely annoying. This is the bank, so we head west. Probably some monster density here, so we need to be... Oh, we did come in here already. So did we pick up the jackhammer? We must have, because it was right here with the electric jackhammer. I remember. So we must have already taken that back to base. Okay, well, we're here. We might as well load up on stuff. What is this? Wooden beams. I mean, do we need that for, like, a log? Let's... Wood... Doors, wood chip floor, wood stove. You can make... Oh, a stove that uses wood, not a stove made of wood. That would be ridiculous. I wish I could search for component wood beam. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. Component wood. Yeah, this filter doesn't work in this one. Okay, what would we need a wood beam for? Heavy? No. Strong? No. Reinforced? Wood door, boarded up window, armor reinforced window, concrete. No, no, no. What do we need for the log walls? Literally just log, as you would expect. And some planks, not a big deal. So I don't think I need the wood beams, or the paneling, or anything. Plastic sheets, I don't think I need any of this. We could take concrete, of course, and work our way towards building like proper concrete barricades and whatnot. I don't really think it's worth it. It's a lot of work for really no reward because we don't have wander spawns on, and I really don't expect to be turning them on. So I don't think the construction items are all that valuable. So let's just head back to base. Presumably we have the jackhammer and the gas-powered jack, I mean. What is this building? I don't even know what this is. Yeah, it looks good. If you haven't checked it out, it's there's a free demo on Steam, Stone Shard Prologue, and the full game comes out February 6th, which is pretty soon, honestly. So I'm excited to play that when it releases. Hopefully get a little attention on the channel. I know that there are other channels, of course, that cover things like that, but it's always good to throw your hat in the ring, see if you can maybe make something happen. We do have a jackhammer. Well, look at that. So that saves us a bunch of grief. We could head out immediately back to the lab. Honestly, I don't like driving at night, so I think we'll probably hold off on that. And I would love to replace this door with an opaque door so that we can have a little bit more of a closed off area inside the rear of our vehicle. I forgot there was even a basement here. Oh, there's probably a lot of clean water down there we could have harvested. It's fine. Don't step on the spike boards. Well, we don't have anything to do. Go ahead and read. Sure, driving to 3. Great. Great. That'll be fine. And we'll head out once it's daylight. Level 3. Okay. So, I think we're good to go. We have the shotgun. We have our rifle. Just doing an inventory in my head. We have books to read in case we run out of time. We need to bide our time. Go ahead and pick up a few more just in case. Because why not? It's not like we're doing anything with them anyway. A lot of these books are not very good. I don't think we would need anything. We should take a jack and a spare tire, but I'm not going to go through that right now. If we need to source a tire, oh well. We'll figure it out when we're there. I'm just too lazy. I want to hit the road. Anything else? Taking some voluminous food of low calorie count is probably valuable in some capacity. Why don't we take a little alcohol with us as well? Where did we put our kegs? Are they just on this pile? Keg? Yeah, give me a keg. Okay, we'll throw this in the trunk as well. Just because alcohol helps with morale, and why not? Go ahead and drop. Again, we're just kind of dropping things all over the place. Let's not drop it here. Let's drop everything here. Did it all fit? It did. So let's grab everything out of here. Can't carry the tourist table. Okay, drop. Jackhammer. Cherries are rotten. Oh no. No, don't drop the perishable food there. Okay, drop the tourist table. Put the cabbage in the freezer so it doesn't go bad. I don't know if we can eat it when it's frozen, but it's not a super big deal. We should take a pot because we are going to inevitably encounter, it could be frozen stuff that we would want to thaw, like mutagen tanks and things. So we should definitely take a pot with us. Okay. probably, we have batteries. Go ahead and grab an MP3 player as well. I know you're probably bored with watching me kind of pick through and see what we need, but wouldn't hurt to take a tailor's kit or sewing kit with us as well. Tailor's kit. Take a syringe in case we find something injectable. Take the soldering iron for crafting reasons if we need it. I think we're good. I think we're good. We need a flashlight for flashing when we get into the lab so we can spot turrets before they spot us. We have the welder. I don't think we'll need. We'll take the repair kit just in case. Okay. I want to move on. If we forget things, we forget things. It happens. Basically, every time I go on the road, we forget things. So go ahead and drop all this junk. Okay, grab the remainder of this stuff. Grab the remainder of this stuff. The hoe doesn't need to be in here. They can stay there. That's fine. Taking the welder with us, of course. The books, go ahead and drop. Well, we dropped them all in that pile. That's fine. Let's get this door replaced here. Pull this off. It's a regular door. We want an opaque door. Just so. A tool with lifting of 1. Remove attached curtains first. Okay. I will do that. I remove the curtain. It had a curtain on it. I do prefer just having an opaque door. Install. Opaque door. Oh, that's another thing we did in the episode where we lost footage, was we repaired a whole bunch of stuff that was damaged on our vehicle. I don't think it's going to ruin us or anything. Oh, and we should take a blanket. Yeah. A sheet. Well, I mean, it's fine. I don't think it'll be too cold. It's summer after all. I think we're good. I think we're ready to hit the road. And that seems like a natural stopping point. So why don't we call the episode here? And in the next episode, we will depart and head back to the lab and start clearing the lab. So that should be exciting. I don't know how people feel about it, but searching labs is one of the more fun things you can do in Cataclysm, I think. It's certainly exciting. There's lots of loot there. We can get CBMs, mutagen. Probably going to see some enemies that we don't normally see out in the world. There's electronics there. There's all kinds of stuff there that is very high value for a survivor. So, I think that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I, of course, will be back with more Cataclysm in the near future. If you haven't already, maybe consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. All those things help me out. You can just leave me a comment. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. You don't even have to make it a good comment. Just say, hey, I love your face, even though I've never seen it. So that's going to do it. Thanks for being here. See you next time.